Hello, welcome back to another scripting tutorial. I am the K-Group from Core, and today we're going to be teaching you basic coding such as the difference between a script and a local script and how to change properties of bricks. So first off, let me tell you how to insert a script. There are three ways. The first one is right click on any place that you want to insert it and then press insert object, and then you'll get an array of objects. You can have a local script or a script. Let's insert a script and a local script right now for now. Another way to insert them is by using advanced objects, which you could do from right clicking here and then search for advanced objects. I don't know why that took me that long. And that's where that is. A third way is, I believe you click model, and then you can insert scripts here. You can also insert modules, which we won't be talking about now because those are complicated, and we'll get into that into a later video. The two most uncomplex scripts we have is script and local script, respectively. Scripts are server-side and can be placed in the server script service, where they can be ran or replicated first, and that's where they can be placed. What scripts do is, as they said, I have to explain what server-side and client-side is. What server-side is it runs off of the server, pretty much self-explanatory, and what a local script is it runs off of the client side. So if you don't know how Roblox works, there is the workspace, and everything in the workspace, including players. Starter player, starter pack, and starter GUI are not technically a part of the game. That is a part of the client. What the client is you. When you load into a game, you input your computer or the client into the server, which is the workspace, and then all of this stuff gets put into you, and then what that is it shows up in players when you get put in the game. That is how Roblox works right now. So what a client-side script is if you have filtering enabled on, which we'll get into later episodes when you understand most of Lua, for Roblox at least, it can be used to make GUIs work because, or GUI, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. I say GUI as in GUI, just like to pronounce it out because GUI sounds weird. What you do is you put local scripts in here because the server can't run off of the client. And filtering enabled works. It's really complicated, where you just communicate through a series of events and functions that you place in the server. That is pretty much just done explaining what these do. We'll get rid of the local scripts because we're not going to be using that. So I'm going to insert a part here. I have a plugin to insert better parts, but we're not going to get into plugins now. So I'm just going to insert a basic part. So this is what a part is. You can have many properties, as you can see here, which are underneath properties. You can press view and then get properties, wherever that is. I'm just stupid. There it is. And there are all the properties. Can collide, it's self-explanatory if it's collidable or not. Archivable, this means if you can clone it, which is an event, or no, it's a function. I'm stupid. Sorry, I'm giving out false information. It can be cloned or not, which is a function, and you can make it a variable or not. And we'll get into variables later. Anchored is whether it stays still or it falls down as soon as you click play. It is unanchored right now, so if we were to click run, it would fall, like so. However, if it was anchored, it will be still. It won't move. Now, we're going to get into basics, and let me explain what this is. So I'm going to delete this for now. So there are many APIs that are basic with Lua and are just with Roblox. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't coded in any other platform with Lua other than Roblox, so I do not know any other if it's coming with Lua or if it's just something that you make with Roblox. I don't know. So I'm sorry if I can't help you with differentiating them. So we're going to start off with something simple. I didn't spell print right. I'm smart. Print, you can type like this. I'm going to use double quotes. Print is it prints into the output. This is the output. You could run a command into it. But if you were to say print hello, welcome to Core. If you were to click run, ooh, not start, that's bad. If you were to click run and you would look in the output, it would say right here somewhere, hello, welcome to core. And if you go to the source, it's the script in the workspace. So that's what print does. It's really self-explanatory. Now what we're going to get into is the basics of coding here, and we're going to talk about changing properties. So say I don't like the way this brick looks. I want it to be, I don't know, deep orange or different color. You could say workspace or game.workspace. It depends on what you want to do. I like saying workspace because it makes it shorter and neater. You could say workspace, which is the workspace. You're referring to the workspace directly. And then this is also where parents and hierarchy comes in. So when you say dot, it tells you all the properties, but if you go below the properties, you get events, and then underneath that, you get all the children. That sounds weird. Let me explain what children are. So this is the hierarchy. You get a down, and then you get a drop down of what's inside of it. What's inside of it is called the children. Say you're going to say workspace.parent, you would be referring to the game, not the workspace, because that's its parent. The game is everything you see here. So if we were to say workspace.part, this is referring to the child, the part. And now we can go into the properties / children of the part, and we're going to change the brick color. So we're going to say dot brick color equal, I don't know if there's a thing here for that. Nah, it isn't. So to change a brick color, you would change it by saying its brick color is equivalent to brickcolor.new, which is the way to change a brick color on Roblox. Or you could just say color3, which we won't get into this episode. It's more complicated than that. So color or brick color.new. So you could change it from that .new. There are other things you could do, such as palette, which is choosing from the palette index, random, which randomizes it, white, gray, and then all these colors. We're gonna do .new, and if you don't know the names of the colors, you can go in here and then hover over them, and it'll tell you what they are if you look right there. So we want deep orange. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then you type in, and it's case sensitive, with quotes, deep orange. And if we were to click play, lo and behold, it turned into orange. There are many other things you can do with this, such as changing the properties, such as anchored. If I want it to be unanchored, so I'm going to change it from true to false. And there are two variables, true and false, and that's how you change bool values. Bool values is short for boolean, and boolean means true or false. So if you were to have something like anchored, this, if it appears with this box that can be checked or not, this is a boolean value. If it appears like this, where it has number, comma, number, comma, number, that is called a vector, and I'll get into that into a later episode. So I want this to be unanchored. We checked it before it was anchored, and now we click play, and it is unanchored. Now, say it was unanchored, right? Let's make it unanchored. We could set that to true. And now it's anchored. We also can make it can collidable or not, which I don't want to like. It's kind of self-explanatory. You can also change the shape of it. Workspace dot part dot no, not parent, part dot shape equals, and then you could say what you want. Let's make it, I think it's ball, or is it sphere? Yeah, it's ball. And it turns into from a brick to a ball that can collide off. You can make many things with this. It's really cool. That is the basics of changing properties, and in the next video we will go over vectors in more detail, because that is when you start getting into really interesting things.